Most men meet her and think they've finally found someone soft, feminine, sweet. But give it time. Her stories start exposing something darker. Every problem in her life has the same villain, someone else. Her ex was toxic, her boss was unfair, her friends betrayed her, her childhood was hard. Her life is chaos, and somehow she's the only one who's ever innocent. This is the first hidden sign of a low-value woman. She never takes responsibility. You'll hear it in the way she rewrites every memory. You'll see it in how she explains every failure. You'll feel it in how she refuses to admit even the smallest mistake, because admitting it would mean facing the truth she fears most. She is the architect of her own chaos. And here's what most men miss. A woman who can't own her past will destroy your future. Because when a storm hits, and it will, she won't pause, reflect, or grow. She'll blame you, your miscommunication, your tone, your job, your absence, your effort, even when you gave everything. A high-value woman is accountable. A low-value woman weaponizes excuses. She will twist every argument until you start apologizing for things you didn't do, absorbing guilt that was never yours, trying to fix a life she broke long before you arrived. And the worst part? She believes her own stories. You can't build peace with someone who profits from chaos. You can't build a future with someone who refuses to see their past. And you definitely can't protect your heart from a woman who hides behind blame like armor. This is the first warning. And the next one? It reveals what she truly values and why it becomes a trap for any man who falls for her illusion. Sign 2. She builds her entire life around attention, not character. This is one of the most dangerous signs. A low-value woman doesn't develop depth. She develops appearance. Her beauty is her currency. Her phone is her oxygen tank. Her confidence isn't real. It's rented from strangers online. At first, she looks confident, stylish, radiant. But look closer. There's no foundation. Only the need to be seen. She lives for likes, for compliments, for validation disguised as empowerment. And here's where most men fall into the trap. They mistake her need for attention as charisma. They think, she just likes to look good. No, brother, she is addicted to attention, the way some people are addicted to dopamine. Because without an audience, she doesn't know who she is. And when you become her partner, your role becomes painfully simple. You become her mirror, her emotional charger, her validation machine. You'll find yourself constantly uplifting her self-esteem, praising, reassuring, complimenting, calming her insecurity. And the moment you stop, she will find another source of attention instantly. Because she doesn't want love, she wants an audience. A high-value woman builds character. A low-value woman builds a facade. And sooner or later, that facade collapses right on the man who tried to hold it together. Sign 3. She argues more than she thinks. This is where everything becomes exhausting. A low-value woman doesn't communicate. She combats. Every conversation turns into a debate. Every disagreement becomes a battlefield. Every harmless comment becomes an attack in her mind. She doesn't listen to understand, she listens to react. She interrupts, she exaggerates, she twists your words, she weaponizes her emotions, not because she's evil, but because staying calm requires something she never built, emotional discipline. To her, arguments aren't about truth, they're about control. And this is where most men lose themselves. They think, if I just explain better, if I stay calm, she'll calm down. If I prove my point, she'll understand. Brother, she won't, because she isn't debating logic. She's defending her ego. A high-value woman reflects before responding. A low-value woman reacts before thinking. With her, silence becomes rare, peace becomes fragile, and your energy becomes her fuel. Here's your rule. Never wrestle with ego. Ego doesn't want resolution, it wants victory. And if she can't find peace inside herself, she will create storms around you. And those storms, they only get louder in the next sign. Sign 4. She never learns from her mistakes. This is the sign that destroys men the fastest. And yet, it's the one most guys overlook, because it doesn't show up in what she says, it shows up in what she keeps repeating. A low-value woman lives in cycles, not progress. Different men, different places, different stories, yet somehow every chapter ends exactly the same. She keeps choosing the same type of chaos, the same type of pain, the same type of lessons, and then pretends she's surprised when the ending repeats. She'll tell you, "All my exes were toxic. Men always disappoint me. I'm unlucky in relationships." But listen closely. There's one thing missing from every sentence. Responsibility. She talks about her heartbreaks like she wasn't standing in the center of every disaster, like life keeps happening to her, not because of her. A woman who never studies her past is a woman who will destroy her future, and she'll take you down with her. Here's the truth most men refuse to accept. She doesn't want growth. She wants comfort. And growth requires accountability. Comfort requires excuses. So while you're analyzing, improving, becoming better, she's running from reflection, sprinting into the next distraction. A new man, a new era, a new chapter, but always the same ending. You'll see it clearly if you pay attention. She jumps from relationship to relationship with zero pause. She never sits alone long enough to learn anything. She mistakes motion for progress and calls chaos experience. She heals by avoiding. She grows by escaping. She moves on by forgetting, not understanding. And here's the trap. Many men think they will be the one to inspire her change. She just needs real love. She's never had a good man. She'll be different with me. Brother, she won't. Because you cannot fix what refuses to face itself. You cannot save someone who treats every mistake like an external event. And you cannot build a future with a woman who refuses to change her pattern. A high-value woman makes a mistake once, maybe twice, then sits down with her truth and rebuilds her character. A low-value woman repeats the same mistake 10 times and convinces herself the world is unfair. If you ignore this sign, her cycle will become your cycle. Her chaos will become your responsibility. Her unlearned lessons will become your suffering. And that brings us to the next sign, a warning about direction, ambition, and the future she'll never build, but expects you to carry. Sign 5. She has desire, but no direction. This is the sign that fools men the quickest, because at first glance, it doesn't look like a red flag at all. It looks cute, it looks spontaneous, it looks free-spirited. But look deeper, and you'll see one of the most dangerous patterns a low-value woman carries. She wants everything, but builds absolutely nothing. Ask her where she sees herself in 5 years. She'll smile, tilt her head, and say something dreamy like, "I just want to be happy. I'm going with the flow. I don't like planning. I like vibes." Sounds harmless, right? Wrong. Happiness is not a plan. Vibes don't build a future, and going with the flow is just a poetic way of saying, I avoid responsibility. A low-value woman craves the results of growth, success, stability, love, admiration, but refuses the process that creates it. She wants the lifestyle, but not the discipline. She wants the rewards, but not the routine. She wants the man, but not the accountability. Here's what you'll notice with her. She constantly talks about what she wants, but never follows through. She wants to start a business, but never commits longer than a week. She wants to get healthier, but starts on Monday and quits by Wednesday. She wants love, but chooses chaos because structure feels like a cage. She wants a future, but lives like a teenager chasing excitement. Her life is a series of resets. New job, new goals, new mindset, new dreams, but always the same outcome. Nothing changes. And here's where men fall into the trap. They think they can be her structure. They think their discipline will replace hers. They think loving her enough will magically give her direction. But brother, you can't build a future with someone who can't even build their own day. While you're planning, investing, improving, building, she's floating, drifting, wandering. And soon you'll realize something brutal. You're not dating a woman, you're babysitting her potential. A high-value woman respects direction. She sets goals. She follows through. She understands that consistency creates peace. A low-value woman rejects structure because it exposes her lack of discipline, and that threatens the fragile identity she's built around freedom. But the worst part is, if you try to guide her, she'll accuse you of being controlling. If you ask for progress, she'll say you don't accept her as she is. If you push her to grow, she'll claim you're killing her spirit. In reality, she's just allergic to accountability. And that's exactly why the sixth sign is the deadliest of all, because it reveals the environment that shapes her, fuels her, and always pulls her back into the same chaos she pretends to hate. Sign 6. She chooses friends who keep her weak. If you really want to understand a woman, forget her words, forget her Instagram, forget her healing era. Look at her circle. Because a low-value woman always surrounds herself with people who keep her exactly where she is. Stuck, unstable, chaotic, unaccountable. Her friends aren't just friends, they are the ecosystem that fuels her worst habits. Watch closely, brother. Her inner circle will tell you everything she tries to hide. The party friends, the chaos creators. If all her friends live for weekends, clubs, gossip, and drama, congratulations, you're not dating one woman, you're dating an entire lifestyle. These women encourage each other to flirt to get free attention, post seductive pictures for validation, keep their options open, even in relationships, chase excitement over stability, avoid accountability at all costs. To them, loyalty is boring, discipline is controlling, and commitment is too much work. Her friend group is the fuel to her instability, and she won't let them go, because without them, she'd have to face herself. The echo chamber, no growth allowed. A low-value woman doesn't choose friends who challenge her. She chooses friends who enable her. If she's wrong, they'll tell her she's right. If she ruins something, they'll blame the man. If she avoids responsibility, they'll clap and call it self-love. Her circle protects her ego, not her future. And here's the dangerous part. A woman becomes the people she listens to. If her closest friends are directionless, jealous, dramatic, or reckless, she will become a mirror of them, no matter how different she claims to be. The sabotage dynamic. They will destroy your peace. They will subtly undermine your relationship in 3 ways. They attack your standards. He's too strict. Why do you let him tell you that? You don't owe him anything. They encourage her worst impulses. Post that picture. Go out tonight. You deserve attention. And they fear her growth because when she grows, they lose control and they lose a partner in chaos. So they keep her weak, keep her confused, keep her distracted, and she lets them because accountability terrifies her more than loneliness. The woman you date is the tribe she belongs to. You're not just dating her, you're dating her group chat, her weekend habits, her environment, her influences, her standards. If her tribe is toxic, your relationship will be too, no matter how good you are. A high-value woman surrounds herself with women who grow, think, build, and elevate. A low-value woman surrounds herself with women who gossip, drink, sabotage, and repeat. And if you ignore this sign, her circle will slowly destroy your peace before she even realizes it. Final truth: a woman's friends reveal her future. A woman's habits reveal her mindset. A woman's environment reveals her destiny. And now you've seen all 6 signs. Some men learn this too late. You won't be one of them. Just remember, protect your peace, protect your time, protect your future. Because the wrong woman doesn't just break your heart, she breaks your discipline, your focus, and your purpose.